Hi guys, my name is Akshay and I am a manifestation coach. Today we'll discuss a very important question, a very important topic that I get asked a lot about. How do I stop getting triggered by my circumstances, by my reality that does not align with what I want right now? I have worked for days, for weeks, to try to fix my state, to pull myself out of fear, anxiety, depression, and I now feel that I'm sort of aligning with what I want. I am trying so hard to be the person that I have always wanted to be, and I have such a burning desire to be this person and to align with the things that I really want, so that I allow them to come into my life. And I'm now sort of feeling that I have become that person, but then something happens. You see something on social media. You get a huge bill and bam, you get triggered. And it's as if all of your work that you've been doing, your affirmations, your imaginal act, it took so much persistence to pull yourself out of that state of fear, depression, anxiety, insecurity, doubts. And you sort of felt good for a while and then bam, something happened, you got triggered. And now you're spiraling like hell, you are in a downward spiral, you're caught in a sort of whirlpool and you don't know how to come out of it. So I'll explain what a trigger is. A trigger is actually a conditioned response. A trigger is a conditioned response that flips your mood instantly. A trigger is a conditioned response that flips your mood instantly. Say you were feeling happy. You woke up feeling very happy and it was a wonderful day for you. Then somebody said something and you got triggered, okay? And what that did is it made you feel very bad. It flipped your mood. The mood is nothing but the state that Neville, Goddard, the manifestation coach, the American mystic, refers to. A state that Neville refers to is just like your mood. And it triggered you and flipped your mood and you found yourself spiraling back into those older patterns of fear, anger. Some people teach it as pain body. So how to fix this and how to stop getting triggered again and again? And when you get triggered, you feel as if weeks of work, days of work, you persisting in your affirmations, in your imaginal act, you trying so hard to pull yourself out of that state of despair has just gone to waste. No, it has not gone to waste, first of all. It's just a tiny moment, okay? And you have to catch yourself when you find yourself being triggered, okay? And you have to face the trigger. Because it is a conditioned response, and a response does not happen only in the brain. A response happens within your system, within your entire body, and that is why you find yourself fighting against it and just trying to keep your head above the water to prevent you from sinking into that old mood, that old state of despair again. So what you have to do is you have to take a moment, relax, okay? And talk to the trigger a little bit, okay? And you have to find the courage to look the trigger in the eye and to say, ha, fuck you. Yes, it seems rude, but you have to be very rude to that state. You have to be extremely brutal and rude to that state that you do not want to fall into. Because if you are kind to that state, it will dominate you. It will destroy you. So yes, you have to be extremely brutal. Okay, and by feeling that, surge of power within you, when you refuse to let that state dominate you, you are reconditioning your older conditioned response to the trigger. If you are the trigger, you are nothing, because I am the bazooka. That is what you say to the trigger. I am the bazooka that will trigger, that is triggering, that has triggered events into motion to bring me what I want. Let me give you an example. An 18-year-old soldier is standing or on the border. Okay, he has been taught to be brave. But when there is a skirmish, when there is a battle, a war, everybody is afraid. Okay. Everybody is afraid. So they recondition, they flip that state instantly by having something known as a war cry. Okay, and the war cry is like glory to motherland. Okay, and that war cry, when it is said with power and you have all these drums, okay, that are playing to encourage the soldiers. If you watch historic movies, you might sort of remember all these drums and trumpets and horns being blown. It puts them in the state of fearlessness. And let me give you a real world example. When you see Usain Bolt, okay, when he's preparing for a race, you find all other people, they have their own sort of ritual. And I'm not saying one ritual is better than the other. But before an event, before an important race, it is very normal for everybody, even champions like Bolt, to feel trepidation. Okay? And he is just reconditioning his mind, flipping his mood. By doing his Superman moves, he's posing for the cameras, woo, as if he already won. And that is putting him into the state of a champion. This is what Neville referred to, the state of the wish fulfilled. Yeah, when he's posing for the cameras and just, soaking in the adulation, the applause from the crowds, he is already feeling like a champion. In cricket, when somebody reaches a milestone, they raise their bat, they remove their helmet, they kiss the logo, and after that, they become even more aggressive in their game. So it takes a little bit of persistence to retrain a conditioned response. But when you're feeling that response initially, you have to be strong. You have to catch yourself. Be conscious of it. And that is why all these mystics, they say consciousness is the only reality. Because if you're conscious of who you really are, that you are now this strong individual, then the external world cannot affect who you are. Your consciousness is like a rock. That is what Neville taught. So when you are persistent in who you are, The external world cannot affect you. And persistence is a trained habit. It is a skill. So initially, yes, it takes a little bit of determination. Okay, and that sort of mild rudeness to give the finger to your circumstances. But that way, instead of linking a certain person, for example, say you're manifesting a specific person. So instead of linking that person or that person's social media with fear, you are linking it with power. Like, ha, I know this person is mine. They're just trying to get my attention. By linking a bill that is an expenditure with lack and poverty, it's going to keep you in that state of being poor. But when you say, this bill, it's all right. I feel abundant. I know the money is coming. It will be taken care of. So what you're doing is not associating yourself. Well, so for example, the bill is the trigger. So you refuse to associate expenditure with poverty and lack. Instead, you're teaching your brain to associate it with abundance and self-assurance. And so that is how you're changing your core beliefs with respect to love, with respect to health, with respect to money. And when you change your core beliefs, you become a different person. You start thinking like a different person, and automatically your actions follow. And by changing who you are with respect to this manifestation, be it love, a specific person, money, health, success, by changing who you are with respect to it, you cause it to change. You trigger events into motion, knowingly or unknowingly, that unfold in miraculous and wonderful ways to give you what you want. So don't be afraid of your trigger. Be the trigger. Be the trigger. Be the person, the thing, the cause, the causation that brings you what you want. And you can do that by reconditioning your response when you get triggered. And for that, you have to catch yourself when you spiral and say no. Do not give compliance or obedience to state, people, circumstances, events. Do not let them challenge your self-concept. And by staying true, by staying faithful to yourself and to your desire, the thing that you want to create in your life, the triggers, the so-called triggers, will feel powerless. Initially, yes, you will need a little bit of power, a little bit of persistence, that aggression to deal with them. But in time, you will laugh at them. And a little bit after that, they will not even have any effect on you. Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhi said that first they will ignore you, then they will laugh at you, then they will fight you, and then you win. And you win by telling yourself that I have already won. That is the way to deal with triggers. Do not let them hold any power over you. Instead, stay faithful to who you are. Tell yourself, I already won. And the triggers will be deemed powerless. I hope you liked this video. I know you liked this video. So please hit share, like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, unleash the monster within you, and remember that if I said it, I already did it. Thank you.